Right. Okay, we're good. Hey Farrell, how's it going? How are you doing today, boss? Hello, Noodle. Hope you're doing okay. It's a bit warm. Haircut, actually, yes, I am. The weird, like, uncomfortable warmth at the moment, like, this shit will all be gone tomorrow again, huh? Wish I could just press a button, just be like, boop, gone, huh? If I can't get anything, don't give me anything at all, huh? We're continuing case 3 today. So I don't know if you didn't get to watch the rest of the VOD from yesterday. Uh-oh. I can't even remember where you left off, Farrell. I can probably pick it up from context clues when we get into it, sure. I think a rough estimation of where we left off yesterday is that we did some like investigation of the jury, where we like pit them against each other, and from that and interrogating the witnesses, we found out that there was a third person inside the carriage. So everyone claimed that there was only the defendant. They all voted black and had a chance to convince them to change their mind. Oh, you missed all of that part? Oh, well, yeah. So basically, we from the jury pitting bit and re-interviewing the boys, there was a third person inside the carriage. So the victim, the defendant, the guy that we're defending, and now there's a third person. So the three witnesses were the driver of the carriage and two people who were sitting on top looking down through the skylight. But the two people looking down through the skylight, you can only see one of the two chairs that are inside the carriage. The one that's like directly under their seat, they can't see. So there's a third person sitting there. So we've worked out that through the skylight, they were able to see the victim and one person sitting beside them, which is who they all assumed to be the defendant. But turns out that we worked out that the defendant was actually on the chair that they couldn't see, and the person they saw sitting beside the victim was the phantom third person. So we're like, right, why would the defendant like lied about there not being a third person there? So we brought him back in. He was like, yeah, I was like, it was just like an urchin, a street urchin, and they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. So I didn't tell anyone because I didn't want to convict. I didn't want to like indict them or whatever. So we've now brought him back in, and we're now about to reinterrogate him to find out more about this third person, this child or whatever they were. No, not a ghost. Hey, Swoopy, not a ghost. Also, chat, we have new sub badges today. We have 4 new sub badges. I don't know if anyone's even close to getting them yet. We now have a 1.5, a 2, a 2.5, and a 3-year badge. They're all in the account now, so you'll not be lingering on your old badges for long. So they're all in there now. They look nice. Were you able to see them? And they're by the same artist that did the current ones as well, so they're all the same style. What am I drinking, chat time? What is this suspicious amber liquid thing? Let's go! Alright. You also have a new bit emote? New bit emote? Will you go on for yourself, Swoopy? Thank you for the follow for fragilities. Would it be kind of cheating if I ever took in that drink quiz? What way is spelling partook, huh? 18th of February, 12:52 PM, the Old Bailey, Defendant's Antechamber. What on earth just happened? Oh yeah, and then when we were about to question the guy about this new person, a fucking smoke bomb went off, and we all left. No, those emotes are the only ones left when artists' emotes, the non-bit ones changed. I just, the chaos one, I just associate with you, Spippy. I've seen you use that emote so many times that in my head it's just associated with you. Mr. Naruhodo, I've managed to find out what happened. Mr. Sato, I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke. A smoke grenade? It sounds like the sort of thing ninjas use. They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. But who would have done something like that? The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? Well, it's a young girl of around 15, I hear. Oh yeah, and the defendant said that the urchin is probably watching the trial. So this is probably her. Well, it's time to be another character anyway. A young girl? Then, could it be the other passenger that Mr. McGilda was just talking about? My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGilda, actually? There's so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions. Sadie bedtime, huh? Oh, has to be done, huh? Along with the young girl. Who is she, I wonder? And what was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking a huge risk, and for what possible benefit to herself? There's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? The 20 pence. Oh, about the cab fares or whatever. According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. But now it seems there were in fact 5 passengers, which means the figures don't seem to add up again. Maybe she like stole her way on or something. Maybe she didn't pay. Oh, she's right. That is strange. Bailiff for the count. Fucking can't read. Huh? Counsel for the defense. Can they proceed into the courtroom? The trial will commence in 5 minutes. Bailiff for the defense. Huh? Well, thank you, officer. We'll go in straight away. I ignore my fucking botched speech. Huh? Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial. Doesn't make sense that an urchin wouldn't pay. Exactly, yeah. Well, no soon enough, Mr. Sato. Yes. Let's go, huh? Do I remember all the voices? No. We're doing it live, huh? 18th of February, 1 PM, the Old Bailey courtroom. Oh, there she is on the left. Or in the middle left, I should say. There, huh? Is that Miss Pavlova? It is, isn't it? She would have been on the fucking boat, right? There's the young girl next to me, Mr. McGilda. Look, she must have been the one who caused the disturbance before.
Well, after that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGilden. Now then, Lord Van Zeeks.
My lord. Yeah, he's not Alan Rickman anymore, apparently.
I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which veiled proceedings earlier.
It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the sort typically employed by the army.
Good gracious, the army? What in the devil's name?
It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery, but she was caught. And no scope over time. And now occupies the stand. I bet it's her.
Your name, girl.
Oh no. I'm gonna give her a Russian accent just in anticipation, huh?
Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced some pandemonium here in my courtroom? What is the meaning of this deplorable behavior?
Ahem, if I may, my lord.
Yes, Mr. McGilden.
I think perhaps I have to explain here. Why is it that wee lass was here in the first place, and why she tried to bolt like that? It's all tied up with the events of that night, so it is.
Very well, Mr. McGilden. Give your testimony. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in this case.
Just what did happen that night. It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. Oh well, here we go. Witness testimony. The young girl. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then, beggar, a loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet. So I sat him up in the seat across from me. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from. And bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away.
I remain somewhat baffled, I confess, but from what I gather on the night in question, this young girl was indeed riding in the omnibus.
Hello, Emmy.
Is that correct?
'Tis exactly as the defence counsel said. 'Tis wee lass was the 5th passenger, my lord. There's a lot of colourful characters here and there. It's a great time. It's very very distinct designs. It's great. It's one thing Ace Attorney does really, really well is character design.
Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witnesses. Are you ready, counsel?
Yes, my lord. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. Okay. Only question, I took the back seat now, but I'm probably nodded off. Then beggarra, loud thud and a wee scream opened up at the fair start. Where the fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him up on the seat across from me. So, the picture we have of the crime scene is him sitting up with a knife in his chest. So it sounds like he actually was stabbed on the floor. Hold it! Which is new. You set him up? The victim, you mean? That I did. On the seat across from me, as I said. I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would ye? 'Tis common courtesy, so it is. I find that a little hard to believe. Ah, Lord Van Zeeks, now where would that be? You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal person would hail the cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is. I fucking hate Irish people too, hey? They're all out to get us, huh? Well, now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business.
The business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest.
Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them. Some would even see me dead. So I do try, where at all possible, to avoid getting myself in a tangle of trouble. Are you suggesting you were just going to leave the man there? Heavens alive, no. I was always intending to report it, so it was. Only, I had a mind to find out the whys and wherefores first. The whys and wherefores? Fuck, there's something in my eye, huh? Like we hair or something. Right you are. There were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got the meddling. That wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self do just the same? Yes. The scream he says he heard at the same time as the thud of the victim collapsing. Well, apparently the guy up on top, the younger guy, screamed. Then I turned to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. Is it Pavlova, huh? Sure to me. You said she was hiding herself. Aye, that's right. It was hard to see in the dim lamplight, but she was all curled up in a wee ball, and our eyes met, well, my heart nearly stopped beating in my chest. Ugh, you're really overreacting this. Still and all, I pulled her out from under there, and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a wee chinwag where? Oh, the seat opposite. That's right, just next to the dead gentleman there. So,
Is that this young girl next to a corpse, sir?
Aye, did I? Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So, I needed to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream. A fella's voice this time. Alright, so that's the one upstairs. Presumably, that scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the skylight, he must have seen this young girl and the gentleman with the knife in his belly.
In other words, the previous witnesses did not in fact see you at all, Mr. McGilded. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was in fact this girl and the late Mr. Mason.
Aye, my lord. I was, as I think everyone understands now, sat at the back of the carriage right of sight.
It is certainly plausible. The defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature. and readily confused perhaps with this young girl.
After that, of course, with the scream from the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and pulled up the horses. I do wonder how you must be feeling, Mr. Naruhodo. Being the defendant's lawyer and yet finding myself as stunned as everyone else at his testimony. Let's just say it's trying. We certainly have precious little time to talk to Mr. McGilded before the trial. But we mustn't be dispirited. We must try to learn all the facts we can. When we arrived in London this morning, I didn't see my day panning out like this. Mr. Naruhodo, no grumbling, even in your head.
How'd you know?
Right. So he was asleep, so he didn't see anything then? Presumably, anyway. And when you first got onto the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board?
There were not. The cabin was empty, and there was no one on the roof deck either. You were the first passenger, as it were, I see.
Aye, that's why I took the back seat as I did. It's the most comfortable, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat?
By all means. Tis you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite the one in which the poor gentleman who was stabbed was sitting. Like I said, 'tis the most comfortable and where I feel most at ease.
But you can't be seen, huh?
And of course I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well.
Van Zieks is just like listening, huh? A loud thud and a wee scream open up at the fair start time. I don't think we have any evidence to present yet.
A loud thud, you say?
And a scream?
Aye, that's right. How can I explain it?
Welcome back, Farrell. Hope Sadie's alright, time.
It was the sound of someone falling to the ground, that sort of noise.
Do you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor, having been stabbed?
Well, now, you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me and I opened my eyes, there wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage but the fell on the floor.
You didn't see anyone? But at the same moment, you did hear a scream?
Yeah, from the seats above you on the roof deck, I presume.
Not above me, no, my lord. 'Twas from inside the cabin.
But I wasn't altogether thinking about the scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before my eyes.
Right, got that one.
Hold it!
What'd you find, Ty? Went right into your den and settled down. Aww. That's lovely. I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim.
So I did, sir, so I did.
As far as I could see, that is. What do you mean by that?
Well, now, 'tis a queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up.
It came from, if you'll excuse the vulgar expression, under me backside.
Good gracious.
Under your backside?
And when I
lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, I found there was a wee cubby hole there for storage. Right. Wasn't the cubby hole only on the victim's side? Right? There was no cubby hole on the other side. Write that down, write that down. Let me end that door, huh? Let me go in. There was only blood on one side. I can't remember which one. No, shit! Oh, fuck. Maybe it was his side. It was only on one side anyway. I just need to confirm it for myself. Right, okay, sorry. It was his side. My bad. The victim's side didn't have one. Okay. He's all good, he's all good. So she was in the... She was in the wee fucking tiny bit with all the shit, like all the carriage maintenance stuff. Mr. Naruhodo, we can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember? That's right, we know it's there, how it's got the wrong side. Yes, of course, this whole bus is submitted as evidence. This would be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside. And that's when I found her.
Oh, thank you, I've heard enough.
Not gonna try that one again.
The events are clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is the girl?
It's fucking Pavlova, I knew it. I'll tell you how I put one down chat time.
Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord.
Like Lestrade from the Sherlock Holmes books?
She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket.
Oh, what?
This girl here, a petty thief.
Nah, I don't believe it, Ty. I don't believe it, Ty.
Order, order. Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question.
She doesn't want to talk. She's gonna fucking sound Russian. When we're gonna be like, I fucking knew it was you. You cheeky shite. Here, you might be going back to Russia. Oh no, she got handed over to the fucking British police. That's right, didn't she? It was out of our jurisdiction. It got handed over to the British police. Oh shit! It's not her. Fuck. Unless she's wearing contacts or something. Right?
How dare you? What is the meaning of this?
Oh shit! Did Ninja vanish, Ty?
Ah! The girl. She's gone.
I didn't specify any money, chat, Ty. Open your eyes. Whoa! Fuck. Is it not her? Well, I was wrong, huh? I was just wrong. Oh. Oops. Oops. You'll not remember this chat time? Whoa. I'm over here. How high can I pitch my voice and let it sit? You get like a what do you call the wee shit from Les Mis, hey? The wee lad that gets fucking gunned down. Gavroche. I'm over here. That's him.
Good gracious, ow!
What was the point in that little sidestep? I know what you lot are thinking. Grown-ups are all the same. This dirty little dipper, you say, slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself backed into a corner, so she knifed the gent. Go on, that's what you're in your heads, innit? Well, not at all. There's a court of law. We're here to determine the truth, not cast... Fuck! She's got a gun, huh? I get slime time. Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is these fingers. I'm a professional, alright. Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Like the music, huh? The music's always really good. I mean, yes, you don't count smoke guns among weapons for thugs. Yeah, there you go. Oh, this. Yeah, this was in a bag I left it the other day down where they keep the four-wheel drags. It's nice, innit? I like the pink best.
Ah, do not wave that thing in my direction again.
Oh, he's drinking. So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question. It's alright, lass. You can tell them the truth now. Alright, yeah. It's just like the Irishman said.
The court accepts this girl, Miss Jean Lestrade, as a valid... Oh, I was about to say, accept her as evidence.
Too many voices, we lost Snape. No, we dropped Snape intentionally. Snape was dropped intentionally. So. That one was a sacrifice, so.
The court accepts this girl, Miss Jean Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we will now hear your testimony, if you please.
Snape was sacrificed because A, I felt the character was too cool, and he deserved a different voice, and B, you can hear snippets of what he sounds like when he objects, and he doesn't sound like Snape.
So. You will tell the court exactly what happened to the omnibus on the night in question.
It's why it's what shaped my voice for Herlock, because you heard him in the cutscene. I know it's a fucking terrible voice, but it's at least my version of that voice. So, all right, if I have to. Would you believe I did a? Do you know a little fun fact? Chat room, hey, is it? If anyone fucking cares, it's very much a who asked type thing. I did when I was 12. When I did speech and drama. I only ever did. I wasn't in speech and drama long because I fucking hated it. But the only thing I ever did in terms of competition was I did a poetry competition, in which you had to do a. Was it even poetry? No, it was like a short. It was like a short like performance basically. But you're like stationary for the full thing, right? And you had to do your thing. And mine was it was like a street like a London street urchin. And it was something about like having it was a kid who had a potato in his pocket or something like that, and I actually had to have a fucking potato in my pocket to bring out during the thing. Actually, like I think I got second in the competition. But it was in this fucking accent. It was this like all right, copper, that type of fucking accent. Huh? So doing this accent is like, it's like fucking like take me back. Huh? So that's what I'm remembering from that. I don't know what that fucking poem. If you show me that poem now, or the whatever it was, I would look at me like fuck, that's that time. But I can't remember exactly what it was. Huh? If you look up potato in my pocket, how fuck, it sounds so like. Nah, there's like some piece of writing or something about that. You did theater for a bit in school. I think I might have enjoyed it more if it was like a different environment, but I really didn't. Anyway, what the girl saw. So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses, just like always. But it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I'll tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. He's pitching it. I apologize for everyone who has his accent, by the way. Spoopy, I'm sorry. Huh? Think if this is some, like, parody universe or something like that, huh? I got nothing, huh? Then after a while, I hear this loud bang. Nearly jumped out my skin, I did. And the scream just came out. My ears are terrible. I can't do the down south accent that long. That's why fucking Mr. McGilded here is. He's from Belfast, even though he's presumably from Dublin. It's because of that the swell found me. He did get me get away, mind. So she didn't. She was just in the thing the whole time. Did he fucking kill himself? Is that what happened? Did he just go? Yes, he let you go. I fail to understand why you would let this street urchin go, Mr. McGilded. Oh, simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. The sleazy music, huh? Hi. As I'm sure I said before, sir. I was sitting right on top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. Oh, we've been in the wee bit, don't worry. He was sitting on her, yeah. This is where I sat that night. And the cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath this seat, I presume. Yep. But there's all shit in there, though. It's not just empty, you know. Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of this girl's stature. Right, there's like crap in there. I'm pretty sure. Aye, but of course the wee lass was stuck in there. Because I parked myself on the seat for the duration. Oh. So you see, that's why I let the last bolt. I knew that if the police found her out there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. Aye, she'd no fucking chance. She's paid money to get onto this fucking bus. Well. So Magnus McGilded says when he got on, there was no one else there. So, I'm assuming she just didn't pay, got on the bus and just fucking hid. Said this must be where the coachman puts this thing. Yeah, it was like stuff for fixing the wheels and like horseshoes and stuff like that. I knew that the police found her there, they'd automatically assume she'd done it. But I couldn't live with myself if a young life was ruined when all that time I knew she was innocent. Even though you must have realized your action would result in your own innocence being called into question. I've already started listening to the soundtrack for this game, by the way, and I'm just vibing, just because it's so good. Like Herlock's theme and stuff like that. Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good name for the sake of this less fortunate lass. My goodness. What a perfect gentleman. My lord, this fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. Fuck me, I'm already going, huh? I'm ashamed of myself for ever doubting you, sir. Christ, fuck me. I've got my glass of liquid, and then I've got my water here as well. So I'm good for today. A calm, calculated reasoning one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Win, huh? Yes, come to my side. Hydration, yeah. And also
lubrication.
Sights alive. All 6 members of the jury consensual in there, leading to a verdict of not guilty. Yeah, so. Mr. Naruhodo, this... Well, it must mean... What? That we're victorious. We've won? Are you sure?
Objection!
Oh. If the sight of my iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray do forgive the discourtesy. This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw in British judicial practices. Where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules the day. Emotion? The witness's latest statement gives us a clear insight into his true nature. What do you mean, his true nature? Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of this cubbyhole, as the witness put it, was included in their investigation. Yeah, but it had stuff in it. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. Good lord. The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilda's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. What? Ugh. Order, order. How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been affected, counsel? Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of the constabulary in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Well, my Nipponese friend. Me? When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail as would any self-respecting practitioner of the law. Pray, what did you find the condition of the underseat compartment to be? It was full of shit. Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry? Go ahead. You tell the court now, fella. How this is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Zeeks. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Shit, we're going to go against our client. Well, counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? Mm-mm. How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of that little compartment under the seat in the omnibus? It wasn't empty. I really don't know if giving this answer is helping my cause as counsel for the defense. But as far as I remember, at least, we have to be truthful. When I first examined the compartment, I'm pretty certain there were a number of articles inside it, yes. Are you sure, counsel? Alright, be whisked. What are you saying now, you daft dog? I thought you were on my side here. Uh-oh. Yangi. What game are you playing? Your task is to defend the man in the stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position? Magnus Madness. Oh wait, that's a word. Come on, Renosuke, come on, we have to state the truth. That's our thing. As the advocate for the defense in this trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand. But it seems to me that I should state what facts I do know, as clearly and honestly as possible. Interesting. Does not altogether pleasing, fella. Lad, you were gonna get fucking no one. You're gonna be like dead immediately. And somebody telling the truth, Mr. McGilded. Well, don't forget that you're supposed to be representing my best interest here, lad. Sorry. Now then. A fellow's memory is a curious thing and not altogether reliable. No, the court must consider the facts. That there cubby hole under the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Or like a cat outside or something. I think it's just the cats playing. Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interest now to admit that you might have been mistaken? No? Why do I feel like something's not right here? I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. Oh.
That compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of the carriage. The Guild's rules state that omnibuses should be properly and fully equipped at all times. So it certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. Beppo isn't that irresponsible. That money-lending fleecer and the pick purse are lying.
Uh-oh, he's in again, huh? Juror number 5 of the legend.
Jury number 5.
Ah! I can't believe I was nearly taken in. The stinking rich are always stinkers. Nothing but cowards, a lot of them. This guy's changed voice about 3 times, so. What? It's a trick. Of course it's a trick. Who else are we gonna lose here? Uh-oh. Quite so. I must concur here. Uh-oh. We fucking losing them again? Is that quick, hey? Oh, we fucked that time. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Yes, but every time a different truth, it seems. Shit. My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty this time would be wholly inappropriate.
Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, there is the matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning of the witness, please.
Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted. Almost beyond recognition. Fuck. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem. Just stand there in silence, eh? The jury. What the girl saw. Alright. We need to watch Magnus, I think. It's not inside the car before they looked up the oars. Just like always, eh?
Hold it!
Multiple times. So you were already in the omnibus before it even set off on its run? Well, yeah. I mean, what's the point of spending a joey to make a few bob, eh? That's a rum idea, innit? I suppose she means there's no point spending money to make money. That actually makes sense.
Counsel, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief. Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants.
Well, that does clear up the little mystery of the fares and all. 4 paying passengers at 5 pence apiece, making the 20 to which the cabman testified. And one little scapegrace riding for free. Scapegrace? The wreck concubine driver always go for some grab before his last run, see? So that's when I slip into the carriage and get myself hidden under the seat. Nice and easy, right? But your hiding place is a storage compartment, full of equipment for the coach, no? Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. I always chuck all that out and cram it in a corner somewhere. No one ever seems to bother much. And yet, according to the report filed by the police officer who first arrived at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia. Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all this stuff out so I could hide under the seat. That's all I can tell you.
It seems we've reached the end of that line of inquiry. Continue.
Alright. Right away, it's the time I got nothing to show for my troubles that night. I'll tell you, you can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. Then after a while, I hear this loud bang. What? Is this the person hitting the floor, I guess? Nope. Let me go about that. When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. Point is, it made me jump. And you let out a scream involuntarily? That's right. And then I felt the cushion over my head get lighter all of a sudden. Presumably when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes? Or not. It could equally have been the moment the accused stand in order to stab his victim, could it not?
Well, girl, do you see what happened at that crucial moment?
Yeah, I saw it. Oh. I pushed up the cushion and had a quick butchers while I had the chance, didn't I? Is that a thing, Swoopy, hey? Quick butchers, hey? Is that a wee scoop? Is that what that is, hey? Getting a wee butchers, hey? The Irishman was sitting up the bloke what had fallen on the floor on the seat opposite. That matches Mr. McGilda's account, of course. But then, the fella suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then. I should never have risked looking. Because of that, this swell found me. He did help me get away, mind. Right, let's get more information about this side.
Alright.
When Mr. McGilda discovered you, he pulled you out from under your hiding place. I was scared stiff I was. He dragged me out and sat me down on the seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason. Yeah, the bloke had a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. Then the carriage lurched a bit and he ended up falling onto me. That's when her hands got soaked, right? Oh, how awful. Both my hands got covered in blood. It made me feel sick as a dog. Both her hands covered in blood. That must be what the rooftop passenger saw. So who the fuck killed him? After that, I believe you talked to Mr. McGilda for a while. Is that correct? He asked me some stuff. Wanted to know my name and what I was up to and that. Then I heard something from above. Someone screamed.
Yes, Mr. First on the roof deck, one would presume.
Well, I didn't want no one seeing my face, so I didn't look up. Then the horses were drawn up smartish, and this here Irishman says to me,
Get back under the seat. I see that you can get away later.
All 6 members of the jury had decided the defendant was innocent. For one brief shiny moment, yes. It's clear they were all still very unsure. If we could just find some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony, I'm sure we could clinch the victor. Fuck, can't speak. Yes, I think you're right. And I have this niggling feeling. Something's bothering me, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. There's not really a lot in there to poke at, you know, like in terms of evidence.
Hold it!
Right, I just want to get more information about this. Waste of time? Why is that? Well, most nights I'm on my own in the God permit at least some of the time.
I beg your pardon. Did you say God permit?
Oh yeah, that's what my kind call it. You say the omnibus, I suppose. God's permit, eh? Point is, any normal run, the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while. That's when you come out of your hiding place and get away? That's it. Only that night. It's awful, I'm sorry. This cove was sat on me seat from the start. And he didn't budge the whole way, did he? Not 1 inch. I was totally stuck.
You mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin.
Yeah. Right, mister?
To be sure, I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on and find a child now, do you?
This Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then. Who the fuck killed this man, say? There's something funky about what's going on here. Let me examine the thing. Is this slow talking a typical thing with Belfast accent? Yes. And the fucking the accent, yeah. Is there no like holes or anything in it? So there's no light can get in at all then? Yeah, there's stuff's just gone, hey? It's a storage compartment, but there's nothing in here. It's totally empty. Something doesn't seem right here. But I can't put my finger on what it is. There was defo stuff in there, right? There was like, it was like shit in there. We never looked at the bloodstain on the floor, actually. That's blood, isn't it? Something wrong? Oh, it's just, well, this bloodstain is so obvious, that's all. And yet, Van Ziek's made no mention of it. I suppose it does seem a little strange. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? I got a bad feeling about this. Interesting. I don't think we have anything to present. We pressed most of it, right? We pressed that, we pressed... We haven't pressed this yet. Just talk about the light. So you couldn't see out into the cabin at all? Not a jot. Most days I push the cushion up with me head and look out the crack. Then I can have a butcher's at who I'm gonna fiddle. That's your pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one, see? So most of the time, the passengers plant themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over my head. And for that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion up to peek out. I see. Truth is, I ain't too happy in small, dark places. Feels too much like being thrown in the clink.
No.
You alright there, lad?
Excuse me.
What's going on here, huh? Is something wrong, Mr. McGilded? Oh, I do apologize. Was there something the matter, Counsel? Just wondering if Miss Lestrade's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps. You seem to be thinking something to yourself. Oh, no. It was nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass is all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad, shut up in the dark. It was terrifying, so it was. I see. Yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm still scared of the dark now. Aye. And I don't know about yourself, but I find the darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well. Fuck, look at his face, eh? Yeah. I suppose it does, maybe. Miss Lestrade. Did you hear something that night? Anything? An unusual noise, perhaps? Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Be jabbers, there's no need to tell the whole world of me foibles, you little scamp. Foibles? What a pity. If only Miss Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a vital new clue. Yeah. What should we make of that last statement of hers? It's profoundly important, huh? He was asleep. He told us he was asleep though. He told us he got on, he fell asleep. And he woke up to the noise, is what he told us. What the fuck is a foible? Google? A foible is a minor weakness or eccentricity in someone's character, apparently. My lord. I believe the statement just made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important, but all she said was that she heard nothing. Yes, which is the profoundly important part. I'm almost sure of it.
I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern Mind Council. Nevertheless. Huh? Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your formal testimony by repeating that last statement, please.
What? Supplement? What are you on about? Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do, but it won't work on me.
That's right. Insult the judge. Always a good move.
Well, we can at least, like, press this one there, like, evidence against it. I was trying to to work out what's going on, but all I could hear was snoring. Well, that's fair. He did tell us he was asleep.
Hold it.
So you were strained to hear what was happening the entire time, since the moment you hid yourself? Not exactly, no. Sorry. Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butcher's to see what was what. But then, when I saw this swell getting on, I got my head down so he didn't notice me. And Mr. McGilda sat on the seat under which you were hiding, correct? Yeah. Would you Adam and Eve it, eh?
Now, this one I have heard of.
It's what's the fucking thing? Scottish rhyming or something? Is that what it is? Or like whatever the fuck? What's the term? Like can you? I remember watching like a clip on this or something like that, right? It was about how things I guess get made. That's right, right? Like, would you Adam and Eve it? Is like, would you believe it, right? What a mug. So then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out there as soon as I heard him leave, see. It was on fucking Hot Ones, that's what it was. Yeah, Sean asked whoever he was interviewing about this, like, rhyming thing. But would he? Not likely. Even though he stopped here and there, I never heard the door open. So I just had to stay put and listen to him driving his pigs to market, snoring like an old dog he was. Are there any conclusions we can draw from that, I wonder? Wait. So just he got in? And the door never opened? So where did the victim come from? Huh? That's a bit weird. Miss Lestrade, what you just told the court is clearly at odds with the facts. Ah.
At odds? Are you sure about it?
Absolutely. It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared. So Van Zieks realized it too. Capcom, like, let's hit him with the racism, huh?
Counsel, I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least.
Yes, my lord.
I expect you to demonstrate this alleged contradiction to the court.
According to Miss Lestrade, while she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGilda snoring. But think, Renosuke, think. There's something else she should have heard. Very well, my lord. Allow me to elaborate. On a particular sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear on the night in question. A sound very clearly explained by the presence of the following person. Right?
Take that!
Yeah, she would have heard him getting on.
Thrice fired Mason.
Yes, my lord. The sound that Miss Lestrade cannot have failed to hear. Is it a victim, Mr. Mason, boarding the omnibus? There we go, lads. Hey.
Order, order. Explain your reasoning, counsel.
Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus. Is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, didn't I? And the next person to board the omnibus was Mr. McGilda.
That it was. Not a soul was in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least, not in plain sight.
So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at that time?
Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own for sure. And from what we've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its homeward journey. During which time, did you not hear the door opening or closing at all? Nah, I never heard it. That's exactly what I was listening for, weren't it? Waiting for this swell to leave. In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage?
Ah,
We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Mr. Strahd's statement about what she did, or did not hear, is at odds with the facts. Ah. Yes, this petty thief's statement was clearly flawed.
Lord Van Zieks.
Yes. He knew all too well there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement. It would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend. What are you talking about? You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colourful statements, oh, they've been fucking tampered with beforehand, haven't they? Are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more. Or she's like hiding the truth intentionally or something, yeah. He's dead right. How could the victim possibly not have boarded the omnibus? I think that's the thing in a previous game, is that people will intentionally, like, avoid truths if they want to hide something. Oh! Oh, fuck, she's good to go. Oh, she hates liars, that's right, doesn't she? Ah! She didn't even say anything.
I don't want to judge the dear little mite because she might have some rather naughty ways. But I must say, I can't abide liars.
Yeah, I told you. And neither can I. Mr. Foreman. I didn't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than
Salubrious?
ways. But I must say, I cannot abide liars. Oh, fuck's sake. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty. Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. Capcom really said,
Fuck a Brits.
even though I don't think Van Zieks is meant to be British. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. Man drank through his chin. Yes, very refreshing. Ah! Ugh. Yeah, what are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern... Amadan? Fucking... Everyone's out to get them, hey? Yeesh. Yes, his carnage is perfect. I fucking can't remember this guy's voice. Sure, number 2 is the only one left. Mr. Naruhodo, the way this is going... I know. If we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. McGilda's innocence, the judge will rule and we'll have lost. On Wednesday Adams, I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen, but those of us in service know we must accept hard truths. No! We going, hey? Yes. The witness's last statement seemed to reveal the critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on the whole case. What are you saying? Counsel! I'm sorry, sir? Whatever do you mean?
Counsel, I will not tolerate your attempting to
Fuck, what are these words? I
prorogate my adjudication. Explain yourself at once.
When the accused had boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand.
And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage.
If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? Was he like fucked through the skylight or something like that? There's only one way to explain how the victim came to be inside the carriage. There's another entrance. He came in through the skylight, didn't he? If the door wasn't opened even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered the enclosed cabin some other way.
Objection.
I wonder what new fantasy you would come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus is here for all to see. Conveniently not going to look up. Only one side of the enclosed cabin is furnished with a door The only has windows. Fixed windows which cannot possibly open. In short, there is no entrance to the cabin other than the door.
Objection.
This is not true though, is it? But there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes, one other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening, the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin.
Alright, counsel. The defense will identify the location for the court. Here's the omnibus in which the incident occurred. Where on earth is the entrance by which you propose the victim entered the cabin?
It's here.
Take that.
The skylight. The answer is obvious. It can only have been the skylight.
I say, the skylight.
Objection.
Your ludicrous proposal almost has me lost for words. However,
Objection.
the skylight may well be large enough for someone to pass through.
Objection.
So you claim, but do you have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory? Both Mr. McGilded and Miss Lestrade said the same in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor. Someone going, fuck, ah, splatting. So were they stabbed on the roof and they pushed in, maybe? Is that what happened?
Yes, which has already been explained. As the sound of the victim falling from his seat having been assaulted with the dagger.
Yes, it has, but would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses described? A noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact?
Good gracious.
Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it.
Objection.
You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin. That's simply impossible. How can you be so sure? Wasn't the skylight only openable from one direction? I think that's the thing, right? You can only open it from the inside, right? Because the victim had fallen inside through the skylight, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made mention of such events in their testimony. Well, yes, that's true, but... Oh. Uh-oh. Might a humble fella make a wee comment here? Mr. McGilded? To be sure now, the two fellas who were sat on the roof that testified for said nothing of the victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, it is not so much a case of them not saying, but... Aye. It is a case of them being unable to say. But what? I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would you not agree? Fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Of the jury. Huh? Oh my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof. Yeah, they did a time. You mean the ones who stuck that knife in the man were... Ha! There's those two fucking witnesses, hey? Ah, they're back. Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you blitherer? You rotter, he said. You rotter. What are you insinuating? This is a flaming outrage. I have a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute. He'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said. And so will I. Mr. Fairplay, you're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and a well-respected banker. And me, a very angry hatter. Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's a disgrace. It's a scandalous. It's... I protest. I protest in the strongest possible terms. That's right. I protest too. About you, you rotten scoundrel. Fuck it, they're all here. What's that move? He's like pretending to be a horse. He's like you can hear like the clapping of hooves.
Order, order, order. This is not the time, witnesses. I will not permit this wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the anteroom at once.
But that's beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous.
It's very hurtful, you know.
My lord, if I may comment. Go ahead, Lord Van Zeeks.
It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses.
He's fucking chewing on a stick.
My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof.
Accuse? I never intended to.
It seems, young Nipponese, that your command of the English tongue is wanting. You proposed to this court that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimated their criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is what is termed a baseless accusation.
Baseless. I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought.
What are we waiting time for? Get him to testify.
I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on that fellow. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another.
If there's filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once.
What's happening, Mr. Naruhodo? The spectators in the public gallery they're in a complete frenzy. Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First.
My lord?
You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony in reference to the indictment brought by the defense.
Yes, my lord.
I didn't come here for this. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. Let's go.
Refuting the accusation. We were the only two people up on that roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear to that.
If anything happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed?
Can't remember his voice. In any case, neither of us knew the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man.
That's a lie. This man owes fucking money to him.
The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly open it. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof?
You're a fucking liar, bae. I know you. I must say that on listening to his testimony, it's somewhat hard to imagine. It's like RuneScape music. How either witness could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck, without the other noticing forthwith.
That's right, you see. We're innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another.
Ah, she knows, huh?
What?
Eh?
According to investigations by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings.
Ha! Well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich.
Yeah, fucking hell, that'll do. Something doesn't feel right here. The trial is going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? Counsel for the defense, over to you. Your cross-examination, please. Oh, yes, my lord. Mind that first guy, the fucking Justice Law guy that we met? Fucking male Strongheart. Don't remember his voice, huh? Right. This guy's ball-bagging thing. If anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think one or the other of us would have noticed? In any case, neither of us knew the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. Bollocks, huh? How about they fucking slap you with the big deck of law, huh?
Objection!
Shit. I was wrong, huh? Oops. It was just deep, I think. But he does know about the victim. And that's bullshit. Right, I might push that then. I'm sorry, counsel, but I feel it's right. Big deck of law, fuck me instead, huh? Sorry. It's the only panic-stricken look I know. But he does know the victim. I suppose we established that earlier. Okay. Right. We'll press him instead. So, you had never met Mr. Thrice Fire Mason before. Oh, the victim. Shit. I thought they said the fucking defendant. Yep. I was too eager.
Oh, Loom, no. Not once, never.
He never met the man before, he said. Never. And you, Mr. First, had no prior dealings with the victim either. That's right, sir. Hatters don't have much to do with brickmakers, to be perfectly honest, sir. No, I imagine not. You see, how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have the remotest connection to the gentlemen who were inside the cabin. Oh. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Okay, no worries. Mr. McGilded? Yes, counsel, what can I be doing for you? Did the witness's last statement give you pause for thought somehow? Not the remotest connection? Is that right now, I wonder? Oh. What are you insinuating now? Ah, Mr. Fairplay. It's been too long, so it has. Oh yeah, so Fairplay owes money to McGilded. Hey? If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date. Ah, I beg your pardon. You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir. That's an unconscionable rate of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion. Well, now, is that a touch of begrudgery, is it? The sort of begrudgery that might motivate a fella to pass his crimes off on another? Ah! We knew this, yeah. And young Mr. First? Me, sir? What do you want me? You do be making hats for a living, do you not? That there top hat sliding about in your head. Is that one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm still just an apprentice, you understand. I'm learning to find the perfect fit for whatever fine gent walks through the door. The perfect fit, is it? Well, it is a very distinctive design, so it is. My customers like it, I tell you. They like a distinctive touch. Customers? Such as thrice-fired Mason. Ooh. There was a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence before, my lord. Oh, this you mean? That's a quirky hat there, mate. I can't help but thinking the poor fella's hat looks distinctly familiar when you say. Oh. That's one of my hats. Yeah, that it is. So it seemed the brickmaker was a customer of yours. That sort of customer I'd wager you could have had a wee quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods. Oh, no, sir. Absolutely not, sir. Guy's still chewing on his cane, huh? Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say that the two fellas here haven't the remotest connection to the victim, you see. He do be right, though. If he's not wrong. I rest my case. You little weasel. He's better at this than I am. Gosh, Mr. McGilded has certainly been thorough in his research, hasn't he? He's going to be fucking defending himself at one point, so he probably had to. Please don't let a little interruption hold up the proceedings. Achievement unlocked? Hat Hunter? He's going to be a lawyer? Oh, I know that's fucking bald and I'm. Skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it. If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? Hold it! Why couldn't they have opened it? Right. So now we might get information about the fact that the skylight only opens from inside. We might have a line about that. Are you quite certain about that? The skylight was shut the entire time? I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute. He's going to lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said. Take a look for yourself. Go on. You see, it's shut fast now, just like it was in the night. So it is, of course. A fellow the size of Mr. Mason could likely break right through it, stone all. What? Just looking at the size of that thing, you understand? Ah, let you hold on there a minute, sir. The size of the thing means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? Let's stop biting our cane, shall we? I was riding the omnibus on another occasion when, well, I broke wind, loudly. I shocked myself with it as it happens. The judge's face. This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First. Oh, I just mean to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see. When you're... Wait, what? when you're on the roof. But oh, right. So he's talking about fucking like Dutch ovening himself. And so he couldn't open from the inside, but it opens from the outside. That's what it is. Yeah. But just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir. I went as red as rogue, I did.
I expect me to sentence you.
Oh, no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be opened. I tried and tried when I was inside the cabin of shame.
Right.
There we go. It can be opened from the outside, but not the inside. That's what it is, yeah. Let the fart in for the passengers. Imagine that, hey? Like farting in the skylight and closing it. Sorry, lads.
Excuse me.
Do you have something to say about that, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade.
It opens.
Hmm?
A skylight. That is what we're talking about, right?
Oh. Oh shit, it's gonna shoot someone here.
All them skylights open dead easy.
More easily than you can load that weapon.
That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke wind, You can't do it from the inside, you mug.
Oh.
Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. And I had a great haul. I mean, I had purses coming out my ears.
Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities.
Well, anyway, I had a bit of a scare. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't hop off the bus and leg it. So what I did was I used a skylight, opened the catch and jumped right through.
What?
Yeah, the catch for them skylights is on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin.
The skylight opens from the roof deck?
Bailiff, climb up onto the roof of the omnibus at once and verify the witness's claims.
Present type. Yeah, there's the catch on the left side of the window. There it is. Oh, I was thinking like pulled up like that, but it slides. Okay.
Oh, my hat.
Uh-oh. See? Just gonna shoot someone. Like, I love how everyone, including the judge, the jurors, everyone on Renosuke's side, Van Zeek's, all the witnesses are also visually distinct. It's great. The only two that are remotely similar are the two witnesses from the rooftop because they're both wearing suits. But even then, their like facial features and all are so different, you know, and their mannerisms and everything. The mannerisms are less distinct in the older games because they're like static. They're not 3D models. But it's a really nice touch that they added with the 3D models, as they made everyone like bob and move and have little like physical quirks and everything. I think it's really a really good addition.
So it appears the street girl's statement is quite true.
I don't believe it. The skylight opens. I'm from the roof deck. Mr. Naruhodo. This could be the clue we've been looking for.
Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. So the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. Right. So now, can we have a look at the skylight? So the skylight was fastened shut before, but now the catch has been undone. We should be able to open it. Nice. You can certainly see inside the carriage through this opening, that's for sure. Yes, and there's a lamp in the enclosed cabin. So I'm sure the witnesses would have been able to see quite clearly. That's not good for us. I mean, you could easily just drop someone in there. Right? Like, you just like... push someone in. Well, let's go in. Yeah, but we're now going in with the fucking thing open so we can see, like, if it's directly below the window. Yeah, they definitely just dropped. Oh, fuck. Oops. Whoops. How the fuck that happened? My mouse, like, sailed off screen, hey? Sorry about that, huh? I fucking just lost my mouse for a second. Hey, I was like, where'd it go? And then I saw my fucking Streamlabs. I was like, oh, Banjax. I was like, oops. Sorry. The mouse went for a wee journey, hey? So sure the victim fell through the skylight. Where's your proof?
Hold it!
Proof. That's right, I demand to hear it. We came here to see what we tell, so I tell you, not for this. But you call us both shysters, brand us as criminals. You call us liars, that's what he means, and accuse us of doing it. As it stands at the moment, there's no hard evidence that incriminates yourselves, now is there? I believe we're in much the same position as one another here. Oh, if I don't crack his case soon, he'll crack his teeth. I wonder if these two men really were involved in some way. They definitely were, hey? I couldn't say. I mean, I don't really know anything about them, do I? Although, by the same token, I don't really know anything about Mr. McGilded either. It's so hard to know what to believe here. It's like, what cartoon character goes, go. Who's that again? There's a character who goes like that, and I can't put my finger on who it is. Yeah, Popeye? Maybe Popeye. I think we should try to remember that it's evidence alone that can truly determine the outcome of a trial. Evidence. No one can argue against decisive evidence, including the members of the jury. Yeah, I think it's Popeye. I think that's what I was thinking of. So you're saying what we need now is to find a conclusive piece of evidence. Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, precisely. Not unlock the memory, hey?
Hold it!
So at no time did the victim, Mr. Mason, climb up to join you on the roof deck? Absolutely not, Dickon. No question about it, he said. None at all. Oh, but yes, of course. I remember seeing them both. I saw the victim inside the enclosed cabin talking with his man ear. Is it true, Mr. McGilded? Hear me, my lord, at the risk of repeating myself. I boarded the omnibus alone and nodded off inside almost immediately. That's an outright lie, without doubt you were engaged in. Let me stop you there, fella, and ask, do you have any evidence at all? Ah. It's all about evidence in the courts these days, so it is. You do well to remember that. He's becoming a lawyer after. Or like a fucking prosecutor or something like that. Ah! I saw you with my own eyes. This is going so well. They're just arguing back and forth with each other. You can have my sitting. Don't you think one or two of us would have noticed? Couldn't possibly open it. Well, you know that's fucking false, right?
Objection!
Shit! Fuck! We cocked that time. But they could have opened it though. But they're lying! Damn it. I'm getting a fucking strike, by the way. Only got 2 more, no! Right. Oh shit, we can't. Right. I'm not going to save scum in any way. This is just in case we fuck it up and I don't have to rewind as much. That's all I'm using it for. Save scumming is for losers. Alright. If you're sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? All I'm imagining is we can present the fucking thing has a open rooftop.
Objection!
Is wrong. Fuck. Now we're losing another one. Down to 1. Ah! Fuck. Well, it might become necessary soon. We don't have proof that they fell through. We just have proof that the window at the skylight could open. That's all we have proof of. Where's the evidence? We don't have a piece of evidence yet, I don't think.
Hold it!
Can we get them to incriminate each other? Well, it was on the final run of the omnibus at past 10 o'clock in the evening. It would certainly have been quite dark. Perhaps too dark to see clearly. Is this some kind of a lock? Is this some kind of a joke he said? Is that what he said? Or perhaps one or the other of you fell asleep briefly. Are you? Fair dinkum, sir? Are you serious, sir? That's what he said? It's impossible, I tell you. I'd give you the keys to the vault if you could fall asleep in that bitter cold. And if you did manage it, your eyelids would freeze shut and you'd never open them again. That's extreme. It was extreme, I tell you. We had to put up with it because this man had locked the door. Any true gent would have unlocked it and let me in when I knocked. I'm dreadfully sorry about that, young fella. But you see, I was away with the fairies and I didn't hear you at all. That's a lie. I saw you through the glass. You were talking to someone. No, it was a cold night, so it was. People do be seeing things that aren't real in the cold. Hardly surprising. Seeing things? Uh-oh. At this point, he's just making up words. I believe we've reached an impasse here on this particular point. You. Don't take it personally now, lad. If I'm a suspect in this case, then it's only fair that you and the other fiend are too. Open and free competition is what a capitalist society is all about. This isn't a competition I'd like to be involved in, really. Is there something about the skylight? I don't think so. I think it's literally just like it's just open. It can't open. I don't trust these lads. I don't trust these. Do I have anything to present? Do you have any way to show that he fell through the skylight? If you're so sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? I don't think I have any. Nope. Just gone. Over to water, we need more voices this time. One more wrong guess and we're...
Hold it!
Alright, we have a thing about this, right? We don't know the skylight does in fact open. And what's more, the catch that secures it is found on the roof deck side. This is getting flaming uncus. It's getting absurd, he said. Completely absurd. That's right, neither of us even know the skylight had a catch. If we didn't know, we couldn't have opened it. And if we didn't open it, we couldn't have knocked the fellow down. Or kicked the fellow down. Please, where's this idea about kicking the victim through the skylight coming from? We retained these carriages anyway, fancy not being able to open the skylight from the inside. What about breaking wind? Didn't I think about that? No point having a skylight if it can't spare you embarrassment, is there? We're really getting off topic here. If you actually have a point, pray, do enlighten the rest of us. I'll tell you what my point is. I'm not getting anywhere with them. So if we press this one, it's just about like, proof, where's the proof? We press that. I think we pressed everything. If we press this again, we're gonna get the same information previously. If you had never met Mr. Right, this is the same thing, right? We got this one. Right, so Mr. McGill is going to, like, freak out now in a second again, right? And then, well, that's not all, is it? And then he goes on to keep talking. We have to have something. We don't have a lot of evidence. W for Wumbo. Can we remove the sheath? Oh, I shouldn't have looked at the letter directly. There you go. This should remove the sheath. Get it off. Take it out. Yes. It's a nice blade, to be honest. It's scary looking, huh? Chink. Trying to guess what, like, it's just like a singular diamond. I don't know. Nothing I can see on the knife. The debtor's ledger is, unless there's something more in it, you know. In it. Unless we get another name, but I think the point of this book is about Mr. Fairplay. Gosh, it's crammed full of gentlemen's names, isn't it? Okay, yeah, it's the same thing. Okay. Yeah, getting Mr. Fairplay's name from this was the main thing. There's really nothing more to be gleaned from it. I don't know, really. If we're so sure he fell from the skylight, where's our proof? It's just the gloves. There's nothing really on them. Is there something up here or like in the cabin maybe? I don't think so. I don't think we could have got to this point without like a key piece of evidence. The fact that you can't like fully like look at the top of the cabin, so like this is as vertical. You know? The autopsy note, any bruising from a fall. I think it just talked about hemorrhaging, right? Due to internal, stabbed once in the abdomen with a knife while journeying in an omnibus. Died due to internal hemorrhaging resulting from the trauma. Nothing about bruising or anything like that. So this is presumably after he was sat up, like, so he fell in, and then he was sat up. But this doesn't show us anything like that he fell, you know? We don't even know, like, how he fucking got, like, how he got stabbed, like... Unless it's, like, the big fucking splat of blood. Or the noise, but neither of them are, like, conclusive evidence, so you can't present them, you know? Like, you can't present the fucking noise, and then in terms of the blood on the floor, they could just say he just bled out. I don't think there's anything about this particular, the actual death picture, like, sorry, the crime scene picture.
Hold it!
Right. Just gonna do this one last time. We've already seen this, right? Yeah. There's nothing here. I'm just reading through the dialogue again. It's just them arguing with each other. Good foot. Yeah, there's nothing in there. I don't know. Here's Sasato. Hey, it's not looking good. There's something. I feel like we've pressed everything, right? We're the only people up there, right? This is the part about it being dark. This is the part about them colluding. Right, this proves that they did know something about him. This talks us about the skylight being open. And this just like rambles about proof. So we pressed everything, which means we have to show proof of something. We have to show evidence against something. Right. Let's bring up the... Can we bring up the people? No, it's just the evidence. Internal hemorrhaging is a result of a single stab wound. If anything had happened where we were sitting, don't you think one of the other of us would have noticed? So we pressed that, which was nothing. Neither of us knew the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. See, we already pressed that with the skylight, or the just showing the carriage, and it was wrong. Could we evidence this one with the picture showing the hat? Maybe that's the only thing I can think of, but I feel like that's wrong.
Objection.
It's wrong. Fuck. Nah, it's wrong. No big deal, chat. Hey, no big deal. The book has nothing to do with the victim. Nope, make sure everything's okay here. One sec. Where's my proof indeed, huh? I don't know, huh? I don't know what my proof is. I don't think there's anything on. I looked on the roof and there was nothing really. It's not like a very like it's not big or anything. There's nothing really here. Oh, the Phoenix Wright omnibus. How have I not noticed that before now? The man's high. Not born for another couple centuries yet, though. Oh, this is nothing. No, the ladder isn't anything. There's nothing on the seats. Oh, wait. Oh, I think it's just the roof as a whole. So you can't look at anything. Oh no, you can look at the benches. Oh no, it's just the deck, the roof deck. Okay. Okay. Yeah, nothing. There's nothing specific about it. It has to be something on the roof, right? Oh. So Jam, hi, Jam, man. I can't like look at it specifically though, but there's fucking stuff there, hi. Bye. Jam, man. If I'm inside, true. True, actually. Like a weird angling thing, maybe. Yeah. fucking break our necks, eh? There. Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Why'd I have to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo? Why someone like me? Ah! But what is it? Look, just here. Look at this. That's, without question, it's blood. Why would there be a blood stain there? Surely, it can't be unrelated to the case, can it? Omnibus, the scene of the crime. There is a blood stain visible on the frame of the skylight when it's open. Definitely unrelated, huh? Yep. Well, time.
Objection!
Let me hit you with that spawn, huh? On the night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach. And immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts, and the irrefutable proof. Remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom. What? That's utter humbug. Ah, you can't possibly have any evidence. No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you. It's impossible. What do you mean, no, we can't? Irrefutable proof here in this courtroom. Counsel. My lord. I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here, Where exactly within the omnibus is evidence to which you allude? You'll point out what it is that proves the victim fell from the roof deck through the skylight. Ugh. There. Yes, it does open very wide, doesn't it? Oh, we're highlighting it and then presenting, right? Yes. Jam a man of falling through the skylight time.
Got it!
There you go. My Jupiter, is that blood? These boys ran together, hey? This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my! And so it follows that Mr. McGilded, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime. No! Got he. Order, order, order.
Hold it!
But the blood couldn't have sprayed up there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin. It only found its way to that one particular spot in the skylight. Sure, and that would be very convenient. Up. And let's keep it in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? But, there's no way to know for certain, is there? If the gent really fell through the skylight, I mean. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? It's all too plain if you see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height right there, so it is. What? No. But it can't be. It's all lies!
Hold it!
My fellow jury members. Oh, fuck me. Here we go. The tactically placed water, huh? I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of the defendant's innocence, can't we? Well,
I believe we can, yes, sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. So, they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they?
I won't tolerate any of the guild's characters being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it.
Oh, I always knew that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park couldn't have done such a thing.
On three then, everyone. 1, 2. Say no. 3.
Objection!
A chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what would you be referring to there now, Lord Van Zeeks?
A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void.
What? Why?
For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed.
Objection.
What? What are you talking about?
It's there for all to see, and it's clearly... Oh, wrong voice. It's clearly blood.
Objection.
I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. Oh. So I can state with absolute surety, no such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least, not until this trial began.
Are you suggesting, Lord Van Zeeks, that the stain of blood was...
Fabricated, my lord? Yes. And while this court has been in session... What?
What a palaver. I must say I didn't expect such cruder reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zeeks. But I am Magnus McGilded, a fellow known all over the capital for his fine contributions to public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper of the Bailey.
Mr. McGilded, I realize this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature.
Where's the evidence, eh? Unless there's some report from Scotland Yard or something, but it's also like, with the stuff under the bench, right? There's nothing there now, but there was before. We just had to go off our word of mouth for that as well, you know?
You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens that a case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt to the facts.
Adapt the facts? What does it even mean?
When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGilded's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of a crime, bribing witnesses. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir.
Tut tut, Lord Van Zeeks. This will not do, to be sure. Will it now, counsel? No. I think it's fair to say, this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood in the skylight doesn't exist, you say? But, if you will all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus there has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly put a smear of blood in it without the world and his wife seeing? Isn't that right now, counsel? The smoke bomb thing, though? If a hand, the man must be blitzed by now. It's true. The omnibus has been in full view the entire time that the court has been in session.
My learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter, in your own words.
It's not right, though. There was the smoke bomb incident. As you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during this trial? If you're asking me, I think it's possible. How'd they let you fight this asshole vampire judge? He's a prosecutor, though. See you later, Noodle. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. The truth. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh? Good gracious. Explain yourself, counsel. It's when everything went shit and the fucking smoke bomb went off.
Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from this deceit.
Deceit? I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take as a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. Yep. When the fucking bomb went off, yeah. Sorry, my nose is so fucking itchy. What's going on? Be careful, Mr. Naruhodo. Cover your face.
Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus.
Everybody call an emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant's in custody and clear the courtroom. That was yesterday, for anyone remembering through the streams. The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Who did it though? Get the gavel out time. Are you wise? Oh. What are you trying to pull, you rotten feckless gouger? Feckless gouger? You're supposed to be defending me. 'Twas a wicked plot. 'Twas a plot to undermine me, so it is.
Objection!
Fucking hell. Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus.
Inconsistencies, such as?
The shit under the bench, the blood. Start with the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seats. Fuck, whoever it was fast, hey? When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of the driver's items. Secondly, we have the smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Excuse me.
Unfortunately, Lord Van Zieks, no one is able to corroborate your claims.
That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut.
Accordingly, I'm afraid to say, we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not.
Indeed, my lord. No doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. What do you think? Sorry? About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? Is there anything else unusual about it? Anything else unusual? I'm assuming there has to be right if Susato's bringing it up. I didn't see anything else weird with it.
Yes, I guess.
My lord,
Yes, counsel.
there is one further inconsistency. A market surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What? What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare betray me, you little maggot, you better start watching your back.
Objection!
Silence, McGilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification. He's so rude. McGilded eye socks. This trial keeps swinging one way and then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's the deception. A mark? What am I supposed to believe here? A mark that wasn't there at the beginning.
I shall have you to elaborate, counsel. Where exactly is the alleged mark that you claim appeared at some point during the trial?
The stain on the floor? That stain on the floor wasn't there, I don't think. That stain's new. Yeah, because we looked around and we saw the one on the seat. This one's new, I think. So I thought I was fucking going mental. This thing just appeared and I missed it. Time. Yeah, Van Zieks made no mention of it. Van Zieks doesn't know it's here. Yeah, that's it. This wasn't here. Van Zieks is a dick, but he wouldn't just hide something, I don't think.
Got it!
If you consider the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor of the cabin, you would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this bloodstain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom.
Good lord. Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel.
Well said. Although, as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue. I'm in for the truth, baby! I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine, or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Yeesh, we're blowing this shit open, huh? Go show my guild. This can be mauled, hey. Ah! Uh-oh. This trial is over. Mr. McGilded? I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with the court, but it's all over now. But you're the defendant. It's over, I tell you. Memory, recollection, what people think they saw is all nonsense. Facts are what counts. And the fact is that bloodstain is there now. Ah, well. And over the course of this desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it has been, that good-for-nothing Reaper of the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought better of Lord Van Zieks. Well, my lord. I must concur with the defendant. The unfirm recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence, and in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence, I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue. Your lordship can't be serious. Lord Van Zieks, what is your position? The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to have my adjudication. As for formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. What formality? As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGilded will be found not guilty.
This man's fucking up to something, hey?
Interesting. Which would mean we've won. Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now, with all these unexplained inconsistencies? Counsel for the defense. Your closing statement, please. Something fishy going on here, hey? Killed the Benedict. He might have done it. He might have done it and fabricated the entire story of him falling through the skylight. That's the problem now, right? You know? Yes, my lord. The defense believes the defendant could be guilty. I think he's... We're basically incriminating our clients. I'm here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilded. However, at this moment in time, I cannot in all good conscience attest fully to the defendant's innocence. What are you saying, man? That's right. Strongheart wanted us to win, didn't he? Yeah. But if the right thing is for our client to lose, then what happens there? Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent. Good gracious me! Why are these boys up top acting so suspicious then that they didn't do it? Maybe they're just like, shit, we're more connected than we thought, and he's making us look bad. Huh? Order. This is unprecedented behavior, counsel. A defense lawyer calling the accused innocence into question. Are you of sound mind? Oh, it was a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer, so it was. A grand decision. What? I must say, I didn't expect quite such an exciting spectacle at the end there. Still, here, have this for your troubles. Ha! Your job here is done, fella, and some fine work you've done, so you have. But what do you mean? There's just as the right honourable gentleman so succinctly put it before. The trial can't go on anymore. And your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? Not more than a formality. This fucking boy, hey? Shit, hey? He's like fucking Penguin from Batman, hey? He's getting away scot-free. Fucking cheeky bastard, hey? I really don't know what to make of all this. Was the evidence we've seen genuine, or was it fake?
His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said. Stinking rich, you're always guilty of something. You mark my words. I I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park.
Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way, I am compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore,
Someone please object.
the court must accept the defendant's plea.
Someone catch this man's quick, hey. Van Zeeks, step in, please, boss.
I thank you kindly, my lord. I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court.
Yes, Renosuke.
But we still haven't determined if the bloodstain in the omnibus is genuine or not.
We don't know if these witnesses are telling the truth or not, or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth.
Lord Van Zeeks,
My lord.
the case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is at fault for allowing such a disgraceful perversion of justice to take place.
To be fair, it happened when everything was fucking kicking off. There's not much he could have done about that. My sincerest apologies, my lord.
Objection.
But, wait. When we were evacuated from the courtroom, Lord Van Zeeks ordered the evidence to be secured. Exactly. That's not his fault.
I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shun responsibility in this matter.
That's so unfair.
The culpability of the defendant has not at the present time been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment.
What? This man's getting away with it. He can't keep getting away with this. Well, Lord Van Zeeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. He fucking no wonder no one to defend him, because he's a guilty bastard. Do you mean it? Do you mean to tell me this all being a grand waste of time? There's a law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. Magnus McGilded. Good grief, you more to say to me, have you? Just one thing. A warning. A smug little shit. This is far from over. Got something to be looking forward to then. Ha 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 ha! Is he really gonna get away with it?
I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded,
Not guilty, hey? They fucking got away with it, hey? They can't keep getting away with this. I can't believe it, hey? Not like this. It's an outrage. They should have examined the evidence more. What are you talking about? The man's been cleared. He's innocent. We won. I mean, we won, yes. Is it worth it, though? Damn. Oh, that kid. With the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. And my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty. Ostensibly a victory for us. But for the truth, we won, but at what cost? Fuck. Shit. 18th of February, 5:14 p.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. That certainly was a long trial. Ah, yes it was. Your first ever trial on foreign soil, and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. My heartfelt congratulations. And to you, Mr. Sato, thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that. The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection. Aye, that you did. Where was he, hey? Cock, hey? Mr. McGilded. I bet you he hired her to fuck with the cart when everything went smoky. That's my guess. She's an assassin? Do you mean like the fucking killing? Oh, you think he hired her to kill him? Oh, interesting. Okay. I don't know if I'm going that far just yet, although that's an interesting idea. My idea so far is that he hired her to tamper with the evidence. I don't know if I'm on him hiring her to kill him yet. That's an interesting idea, though. I'm definitely on the idea of him hiring her, though. I mean, she's like a fucking street rat, right? He can give her like a handful of coins that is nothing to him, and it would like do her for like a year or something, you know. It's too tempting an offer. And the girl's with him too. Just seeing them together like this. Well, it seems like the stories are true. Oh, what stories? About the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty. I'm sure you must have seen them there now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I have you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Wah ha 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 ha! Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you saying, fella? How did I walk out there a free man then? I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you had me astray in the head there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. Wah ha ha ha! 'Tis water under the bridge. Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared. But nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? Aye. They've all seen that I didn't do that odious and abstinent deed. 'Tis grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hands, sort out any wee details. They'll see for what it is. They'll get to the truth. I've absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. Wah ha ha ha! Like I pay taxes, huh? Not that funny. So then, as we agreed beforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that much. Ah, be whist. You're a humble person. People are you, from the east? Well, if you insist. But have this, still and all. You deserve a reward. Mr. Magnus McGilded. Pausers. Everything is ready, sir. If you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There were some changes to the schedule. Huh? Well, I must be making tracks now. It's time for the inspection. Sorry? What inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. They asked if I could be present for it myself. They're going to examine it again? Now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best to help where I can. It's a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. It was an absolute pleasure meeting yous. I hope you have a while of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain. This man's sus. There he goes. A free man. Oh. I forgot she was here too. Come on, Gina. Oh shit, it's gonna kill us. In 10 minutes time. Don't move. Or as I want to say, get a move on. She really does take forever to load that thing. Mr. Lestrade, would you mind putting that thing down? You're a grown-up. Sorry. And I hate all grown-ups. Okay. Ah, there you are. Oh. Ah, this girl. She's from the box art. Naughty, naughty. Well, I don't know if I see her like that. Naughty, naughty, running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? I don't know her. She's new, but she's on the box art. I know that. The box art is for this game is Ryunosuke, Susato, Herlock, Van Zieks, and her.
I'm taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher.
She's got little steampunk goggles and stuff.
Ha!
Oh.
Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me. Good.
Excuse me, but who are you?
Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine.
Can't do a voice time. The inventor?
Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, white, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty color, I thought to myself.
Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though? At all?
I just took my eyes off her for a moment while I was fuck! I was changing onto a different omnibus and she pinched it. Luckily, I fed it with a telegraphic beacon.
A what's it? What? I have no idea what this girl's talking about.
Anyway, you're coming with me now, back to my laboratory. What for? You apologize, of course, silly, to my technician. What? You mean, say sorry? You must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an adult has told you that before.
She got the Irish end pout going on, huh?
An adult? Humph. I don't listen to no adults.
I forgot the accent completely, huh?
Come along then, follow me.
Yeah, her outfit's awesome.
Fine, have it your way. Oh good, you see, I knew you wanted to do the right thing in the end.
I'm fairly sure that what she wants is not to get shot by that massive gun of yours. I'm sure we'll be seeing more of her.
We'll be leaving now then. Bye bye. I'm so sorry for all the fuss.
Okay, see you later. She was a lively one.
Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way now too?
Yes, you're right, but where to?
Oh,
we haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner have we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All our travelling cases are still with the bailiff.
I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings,
but at this later hour of the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck.
Don't worry though, I have a plan. In the worst comes to worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night.
Please tell me you're not thinking of McGilded Park.
I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our usefulness will see us through.
I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person solid just as easily as an elderly one.
Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable.
I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilded down. That 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room. Or a mansion. I love like the Japanese music kind of coming in the end again. And so, the trial to determine my worthiness for the study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead. Just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned, the case was far from over. Part 2, baby! Oh!
What's going on? Get the fire brigade! Water! Bring water!
Oh shit!
What the? How did this happen?
I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating.
Oh fuck!
No. Oh, good God. There's someone in there.
There's the judge.
Oh. This can't be.
Oh, there's Van Zieks. Okay, he's sick looking. Maybe let them out.
It's on fire! What are they meant to do?
Touch it? This can't be. Right, might have to change the judge's voice, huh? Oh, fuck, huh?
Part 2!
Well, you heard them, chat, huh? Have to go again, huh?
Bump, 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 bump.
Yes. Save it in this slot, huh? Interesting, huh? The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. Oh, and there's fucking Herlock on the symbol. Yes. Alright, chat. That is, that's gonna be it for today, I think. Before we jump into episode 4. We will do it next Ace Attorney. So, a plan for so we're playing Dark Souls. So for anyone who wasn't here earlier in the week, and I was talking about the weeks ahead, we're playing Dark Souls 2 tomorrow and Friday, or tomorrow and Thursday, and then there's no streams on Friday or Saturday this week. There'll be no Yakuza this week. There'll be no streams at all next week, and then we'll be back on the Monday. So we'll be back on Monday the 23rd. So no streams at all the week of Monday the 16th, but back on the following Monday. So I'll still be in Discord if anyone wants to chat, obviously. But yeah, so just 2 more streams this week, and then there'll be a break for a little bit, and then we'll be back. So have a good time with your Monday or your weekday evenings. You'll not have your boy, but we'll be back. Don't worry, all the games. We'll just resume. There'll be no issue with any of the games. So Ace Attorney will probably still be going. Dark Souls 2 will probably still be going, and Yakuza will still be going. Obviously, they're all fairly lengthy games, so we'll just have a break of a week and then we'll be back. I might need to do a little like catch up to where we are in the stories or everything, but no changes or anything wrong with them or anything like that. So Dark Souls tomorrow and Thursday, and then that's it for the week. So I hope to see you there. Hope you enjoyed Ace Attorney today. It was a lot of fun. Finishing episode number 3, and then so the first stream back after the break will be episode 4, which will be good fun. So thanks so much for watching, and have a lovely night.